India is an adventurous paradise. You head out for a holiday, which quickly turns into a survival situation. A dream turns into a nightmare.
I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm lost.
Shelter, water, and food become a priority. A fire to keep you warm. But how? I'm Chandan Lahiri from OTS Survival School. I'll give you some tips and show you some tricks to use in a self-reliant situation. Do not think problems can only happen to other people. It can happen to you.
This is what I want on a cold night like this. We are at about a little below 9,000 feet. It's cold, it was windy a little while ago. And if you have a raging fire in front of you, there's nothing more comforting than that. A fire like this has got a lot of uses. A, it's keeping me warm, and it's cold. If I step out 10 feet, I'm going to be cold and shivering. Here I'm nice and toasty. So it keeps you warm. It'll cook your food, it'll boil your water, it'll keep predators away, it'll dry your clothes. But there's another use I can put this fire to. You know what that is? I can make what is called a coalbed shelter. If I don't have anything else to protect myself, I don't have a space blanket, I don't have an emergency blanket, I don't have a sleeping bag, I don't have a tent, I need to sleep out in the open. I could sleep next to the fire, yes. But what I can actually do is remove these logs, put it to the side and keep the fire burning. And once the fire has been burning for some time, as this has been, there's lots of coals which are getting deposited on the floor. So what I can do is remove those logs, replicate this fire next to this pit. What I'll have left here, not the big logs, not even the small logs. What I'll have left is just coals. These are all crumbly stuff. Whatever is not crumbly, I can move, and all I'll have left is coals. And with that, I can make a coal bed shelter. Now, it's coal bed and it's burning. It's hot. How can I sleep on that? I'm going to burn myself. Sure, I will. So I need to be not only a little bit careful, I need to be very, very careful that I don't burn myself. And this doesn't turn into a funeral pyre for me. So therefore, what I'll need to do is on that bed of coals, I'll need to put some earth, about at least 6 inches of it, not less than 4 inches. Now with the burning coals, and when I put earth on it or sand, the coals will heat up the sand and the sand will heat up my body, and I will not be in direct contact with the coals. The coals will be lit at least till morning, at least 5-6 hours. The coals will be lit even if it's starved of oxygen under that packed earth. And that packed earth is what's going to keep my body warm. And because I have the fire next to it, for however long the fire lasts in the night, that's going to keep me warm from one side. And the coal bed on which I'm going to be lying down, that's going to keep me warm from the other end. And hopefully I will not be too uncomfortable sleeping on a coal bed shelter. But you need to be very, very, very careful when you try this. And for anybody watching, I suggest don't try this at home, because you can get hurt pretty bad if you're trying to do something like this and you're not prepared, you're not experienced, and you're not trained to make yourself a coal bed shelter. But at a pinch, when you have a fire going and you don't have anything else to keep you warm, you can use a coal bed shelter to lie down for the night. You can find yourself without any other kind of shelter, without any other kind of sleeping bag or anything else to keep you warm. And if you have a fire going, you can make yourself a coal bed shelter. But I'll repeat, this can be extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Don't try this at home, and it can happen to you. Learn to adapt, improvise, innovate, and overcome. To learn more tips and tricks, visit this site. I'm Chandan Lahiri, and I hope to see you soon at the OTS Survival School. Leave nothing but footprints. Bring back nothing but memories.